What's up, everyone? I recently had a friend of mine tell me that the best version of me is the angry version of me. So he sent me a video of Dave Portnoy, the owner, founder of Barstool Sports, interviewing
Donald Trump.
So I'm already disgusted that this is happening. I am a fan of Dave Portnoy's pizza reviews, but outside of that, I personally think Barstool is a company created mostly to cater to white frat boys. And this kind of just goes really right into what I already expected the culture of his establishment to be like. I have not seen it yet. I'm going to eat some Chipotle and watch this and try not to get too angry. But if I do, maybe it'll be funny.
Baseball players now, I heard you say, if they kneel, you'll turn the game off.
Yeah.
And we got the Black Lives Matter protests. So for me, it's like, how does somebody who's dissatisfied, in your world, what's the way for them to show it? Because we don't want them looting and doing all the stuff they're doing. To me, that's like a silent protest that is far better than, going out the streets and create crime. So I'm curious, what would you do if you had an issue with the country or something to show your displeasure?
Well, I mean, you can always say you run for office, right? You become successful. You can run for a lower office. You can do things. But there are ways.
If you're dissatisfied with the country, what should you do? Oh, get successful and run for office. What? Yeah, sure, there are going to be people that run for office because they want to change the world. Great. Wonderful. Do that. But do you know how small of an amount of people that is? And how hard something like that is to do? And how much some people don't want that as their fucking career just to have a good life? What the fuck? God.
There can be very friendly ways of doing it, very successful. I mean, you're going to have rebounds, negative rebounds, if it keeps up the way it is. Like, as an example, Portland. No, you have to go out and you have to say, and speak your mind is good. I think speaking your mind is good, but you have to do it fairly. I went out, I found an old law, an old bill. You couldn't get it passed today. We have a lot of people in jail right now. If you rip down a statue, a federal statue, because the states have to take care of their own, unfortunately, because I do that too. I had a news conference. I said, if you do it, and we were supposed to have thousands of people march on Washington that day. Nobody showed up.
He did not answer the question. Not even a little bit.
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
He asked him, what do you do? Other than saying run for office, he said there's plenty of ways you can do it. Speak your mind with law and order. That's literally what kneeling during the games is. That's literally what it is. There's no law against it. It doesn't hurt anyone. It's a peaceful protest that involves no one except the person deciding to kneel. So you just said that you don't want them to do that, but that's it? Speak your mind? What? This guy's a fucking idiot. He never answers a goddamn question.
How do we bring it together so the two sides right now that are heads can be like, you're my guy?
I think it was happening, and then we got hit by the China virus, okay?
Oh my God. He's got to stop calling it China virus. It's called COVID-19 or coronavirus. It's not called China virus. That's not the name. So you need to fucking stop.
The stock market has been absolutely great. And a lot of things are happening. Great housing numbers the other day. Great everything. We're doing really well, and we're trying to get rid of the rest of this pandemic. But success doesn't.
We're doing really well. The numbers of COVID-19 cases are still going up. There are, if I'm not mistaken, 33 million Americans without jobs right now. Yeah, we're doing really well.
Everybody was making a lot of money. Everybody was doing good. And it was coming together. And then China sent us this horrible, bad present, a real bad present. They could have stopped it. They should have stopped it. But I think we're going to have a great next year. We're going to have, you'll be able to see the results before the election, which is interesting because at the very beginning of November, the election's November 3rd, at the beginning of November, the numbers are going to come out for the third quarter. And I predict those numbers are going to be really great.
Notice how he again did not answer the question even a little bit. He asked, how do you unite the two sides? How are you going to unite people on both sides? And he went to talk about how we were really successful and then China fucked it up, but we're going to be successful again. Not a single word on how that's going to happen. And also, what does that have to do with uniting the two sides? Successful in what way?
This guy's a fucking loon.
I don't know that Black Lives Matter person would be like, well, the economy, great, but we still want the president to come out, whether it be Twitter or whatever, and be like, have our back. So that's where, like, the kneeling and things like that seems like such a small concession in the thing to be like, yep, Donald's our guy.
Yeah, I don't like the kneeling. I must be
I know,
honest
yeah.
with you. I don't like the kneeling. I didn't like it for the NFL. I think there are many ways of showing you're unhappy.
He's saying there are so many ways to protest, but this isn't the one. But gives no examples of, like, what kind of protesting he would be behind.
When you meet world leaders, you stick the handshake on them, and it looks like you're going for the power move. Is that intentional?
I get along really great with the world leaders. I'm tougher with the world leaders than any president's been. I've been tougher on Russia by far, with the pipeline, with our military, with the oil. We're now the number one energy producer in the world. And there's nobody even close. I've been very tough with Russia. I've been very tough with, China. Nobody's been tough like me with China. And that's not to be tough. That's because for years they've taken advantage, so many countries, not those two only. The whole world, our allies, NATO, the whole world has taken advantage of our country. But despite that, I have a very good relationship with leaders.
Because of the handshake?
I'll shake, I shake their hand.
It's a yes or no, maybe a simple anecdote. He's just bragging about having a good relationship with the world leaders, even though he's also bragging about shitting on them and how they're all pieces of shit because they took advantage of us. So now he's the boss of them and he's tough on them. But they have a good relationship, especially with Russia, because we all know how he fucking loves Putin. This man doesn't understand how to form a sentence. He's not saying anything actually of any substance. And he's not answering the fucking questions. What else is new?
Do you love doing Twitter?
There are times when I love it.
Yeah.
Too much sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Where's Dan? I think we have two. Dan, what's our number now total?
207 million.
Can you believe it? We have a very big voice. When you have the kind of numbers that we have, you're able to get the word out.
I switched to the stock market, actually, day trading. So Fauci's on my X list because every time he talks and says the country should stay inside, my stocks tank. So I don't like that aspect of it.
There it is. There it fucking is. There's the one thing you should take out of this video about Dave Portnoy. He literally just said he wants the country to open so that he can make more money. Whenever the country is closed, the stock market tanks and he loses money. So he's more worried about the money in his pocket, even though he's a fucking millionaire. Dude, I can't. I'm literally losing, faith in humanity. He cares more about the money in his pocket than human fucking lives. That's fucking disgusting. And he should be fucking ashamed of himself for even saying that shit out loud. Ugh. Sickening, both of them. It's disgusting.
You got to open the schools. They have a stronger immune system even than you have or I have. You look at the percentage, it's a tiny percentage of 1%.
A tiny percentage of 1%. A tiny percentage of 1%. No, that makes no sense. If kids get COVID and hypothetically are okay because they have a great immune system, they can still kill their parents and grandparents. Also, there's teachers, janitors, principals. Opening schools is murder. And that's the bottom line. If he had actually just listened to fucking Fauci and shut down for a month with actually nothing open and really taking this shit seriously and mandated masks sooner, this shit would be gone. Like it is in fucking New Zealand.
So we want to open the schools, and we're opening the country, and we had great numbers announced the other day, and 2 weeks ago we had the biggest number of jobs we've ever had, and the month before that we had the same thing. A lot of good things are happening, and I think it looks like a V. We have a lot of people that would like to see their states closed. I have a feeling on November 4th they'll open them up. I think they want to do it for political reasons.
People are not closing states for political reasons. They're closing states because people are dying by the fucking hundreds of thousands. Are you fucking serious? You're taking a worldwide human health issue and trying to make it political. It's not even just American. It's everywhere. And everyone's doing it. How the fuck does that have anything to do with you? You dumb fucking cunt.
George Washington would have had a hard time beating us. And then when the China virus came in, all of a sudden, it's a dampener.
Right.
It really is.
Well,
It's a
COVID's
downer.
bad. Yeah.
Well, it's a downer, though.
The pandemic Hundreds of thousands of Americans died. I don't even know the number worldwide, if I'm being honest. And he's calling it a downer. You think?
We're really starting to do well. We're looking really good in a lot of different places.
Where? Where are we looking good? We have the highest cases of COVID. We have the lowest unemployment rate. Or the highest unemployment rate. This guy's a fucking dweeb.
You're the most famous person in the world. My guess is nobody ever said, hey, I don't like Donald Trump before he became president, but now everyone has an opinion.
Everyone hated Donald Trump. Always. He was always a piece of shit. We knew this.
Every city is run by a liberal Democrat, and they're going to hell. And we have to do something. She said, you know what? I've been with you a long time. I've never heard anyone boo you. This was right after I started being the politician. And now, I would say this. I have more fervor on the one side, and I have far more animosity on the other side.
Yeah, because you're fucking insane. You're deranged. You're terrible at your job. You're a terrible human being. You're racist. You're sexist. You're xenophobic. You're homophobic. You're openly a piece of shit. I mean, what do you expect? Are we supposed to like you? Like, before you were a piece of shit and no one booed you because no one gave enough of a fuck to go near you? But now you openly say all these hateful things and your job is to serve the American people, but most of them you don't like and you discriminate against. You want to take rights away from full groups of people. So yeah, people are gonna boo you now. And yeah, people are gonna realize who the fuck you are if they hadn't already. And now it fucking affects people. You're
Garbage.
Get a new job, dude.
I really believe success. We were there. Everybody was working.
People working does not constitute as success. That is only one small part of the needs of people. People having jobs, especially considering that most of those people are having jobs that do not pay them a living wage, and you don't give a fuck about that. Is that the meaning of life? There are people that have 3 jobs and still can't fucking afford rent. There are people that you are trying to stop from using the bathroom that they feel more comfortable in. There are people that you do not want to be married. Like, what the fuck? You want to take rights away from people and be like,
But everyone has jobs. Everyone has minimum wage jobs. They don't have rights, but they have jobs. So I'm successful.
fuck off, bro. Okay, so that made me sick. He didn't answer a single question. None of it made fucking sense. Most of it was not even true, factually. And Dave is, like, kind of known for being, like, really upfront. I'm surprised he wasn't like, cool, so, like, that's not what I asked. Because I would think if anyone was gonna, you know, challenge him, he would be someone who would do it. But he's so up his ass. And I know he doesn't, like, say he's, like, a massive Trump supporter, but, like, holy shit, could they be more fucking alike? The stock market? People are dying! This video is probably gonna piss a lot of people off. Some of you might unsubscribe. Some of you are probably gonna leave mean comments. I don't care. I really don't care. This shit is ridiculous, and I'm allowed to have that opinion. And if you find my videos funny, usually, and you would like to stay subscribed, feel free to do so. Hopefully I'll be able to have some conversations on this channel that maybe make you feel differently than you feel right now. And if not, and you feel like you can't possibly watch someone who hates Donald Trump, then that's fine. That's honestly fine with me. But I would challenge you and say that you're not doing enough to try to understand why. Well, I'm gonna go throw up my Chipotle now. Have a great night, everybody.